How much space is there in Europe for illiberal democracies like Hungary, which, with Poland, is accused of rolling back on democracy, such as an independent media and judiciary? It marks an erosion of the EU's cherished fundamental rights. In response, Parliament has launched an initiative for the EU to set up binding annual reports on democracy, the rule of law and fundamental rights in all member states. Liberal MEP Sophia Einteveld is leading the push.
We've got something to be proud of. Here we are really leading in the world, and I want us to remain leading in the world. This is something that we Europeans have done, and it's not easy. You know, democracy is not for cowards. And we will have some tough debates on what those shared values are. And shared values are not something that you decide, you know, for once and for all. No, it's an ongoing process. You keep debating them and defining them. And, you know, if this report can trigger such a debate, then I will be immensely grateful.
And what in particular do you think people are fearing that they're losing? If you could give a few examples.
We see two countries at the moment, Poland and Hungary, which are ruled by governments which are very heavily criticized because of the way they, for example, restrict the independence of the judiciary, they muzzle the media, you know, they discriminate against women. So there's a lot of criticism. But we also see, for example, how the fact that Greece doesn't have its detention system in order has basically paralyzed the refugees.
Within the EU treaties there is a legal obligation to protect these fundamental rights and rule of law. Yet I think that one of your complaints is that these tools are rarely, if ever, activated. What tools should be available now?
The proposal that we're voting now is kind of a mechanism that will operationalize the tools that are available. What we see now is that, for example, there's criticism against the Hungarian government and the Polish government, but they're not being treated equally by the European Commission. The Commission is intervening in Poland, not in Hungary. So Poland is saying, hey, you know, why us and not them? So in order to overcome that criticism, which weakens, you know, the hand of the European Union, we need a system that is looking equally at all member states in an objective manner on the basis of the same criteria, which is permanent and not crisis driven like now, which is evidence based, which builds on existing instruments, because we already have a lot of instruments, but if you bring them together in one mechanism, they will be a lot stronger. And it's also a mechanism that will involve national parliaments, national governments, and that will trigger a lot of public debate, because I think in the end you can write as many fantastic shared values into your treaties as you like, but if people do not feel that those values are theirs, if they don't take ownership, then it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm. What about, is there a budgetary angle to this? Are there financial implications, additional costs?
Well, you know, I'm no finance wizard, but a study has been done into the potential financial impact of these proposals, and the study says that we might even save up to 70 billion euros a year, which, I mean, to me sounds a lot, but even if it's 1/10 of that, it's a lot of money. So, and I do think that if you have a well-functioning democracy, a rule of law that everybody can rely on, and fundamental rights which are protected everywhere, that the whole European Union will function better. And of course that will bring savings and benefit.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
It seems to be